Ministry of Peace. You must be Zach.
Reporting for duty, sir.
Reporting for duty. So you're the new conscript.
I'm the new communications officer. Who are you?
The old communications officer.
I see. Why are you leaving?
Alice is pursuing other avenues of professional covenant.
What does that mean?
I quit.
There's a mutual agreement to withdraw from engagement. Alice needs to explore external funding and political streams independent of our peace-promoting efforts.
I was frog-marched out of here last Friday.
Our human resource liaison officers
Hi, goons.
carried out an instant peace assurance dispersion exercise.
I was severely manhandled. The moment you quit, you're an instant national security threat. The next cyber terrorist until you're off the premises.
It's a bit extreme.
Cyber terrorism is very extreme.
So, why are you back?
They saw how messy my desk was and demanded I return to clean it.
I get to meet my predecessor then.
Yeah.
Tell me everything.
The past is in the history books, my boy. Forward-thinking, future projections. Think of this as embracing fresh synergies. You, the new communications officer, and me, the Ministry of Peace's communications department head.
Head what?
That's right, the head.
Wait till you meet the Peace Council's chair.
Chair? Yes, do take a seat, lad. Allow me to properly introduce myself. I'm Stanwell.
Is that your first or last name?
It's a fusion of both. A forward-reaching amalgam that appeals to Generation Techers. It's my handle, my digital handle.
They're very hip to the groove here.
How so?
They made me use hip to the groove in a press release targeted at young people. It was a military recruitment drive.
Military recruitment drive?
Here at the Ministry of Peace, we're proud of what we do.
You conduct military recruitment drives?
We facilitate peace as part of a proactive, overarching engagement strategy.
Their business is war.
Yes, Zach, the Ministry of Peace provides the public the crucial information related to national prosperity.
That sounds more like it.
We're exponents of world's best practice. Democracy-wise, freedom-wise, and sovereignty-wise.
Right.
You're a recent graduate, yes? Ivy League, I understand.
Not exactly. I'm from Ivy Creek. Studied at a community college there. Got a good honest education.
Yeah, you mightn't be indoctrinated enough for their liking.
Here at the Ministry of Peace, we promote peace without fear or fervour.
Don't you mean favour?
We're proactive in ensuring information we dispense to the media is succinct
They give nothing away.
and transparent.
The jargon in the press releases is often so empty, it's completely see-through.
But what we value most here at the Ministry of Peace is information rationalisation.
They carefully censor all the juicy stuff.
What inspires you as a communications specialist?
Well, I always wanted to be a journalist, really. I like storytelling.
Oh, they tell stories here. Fairy tales.
Perfect. We're so proactive, we forward plan happy endings. We call them mutually beneficial risk-assessed strategies.
Central Party.
Our engagement partner.
The resources-rich third world country we invaded.
Not the Northern Provinces War.
You got it.
Seriously?
The northern provinces have been breeding grounds for barbaric enemies of freedom for far too long. It's exciting to make a difference in a country whose civilians dream of being more like us.
Yeah, but when will the war end?
When will peace begin, you mean? Sure. Our strategic peace-building endgame doesn't specify. Even if it did, it would be top secret.
And if it weren't top secret, it'd be lost in all the jargon.
But our democracy building will incentivise our engagement partner to create conditions conducive to affirmative cross-border funding streams.
Our big multinationals are already moving in. The locals will be exploited. Profits will be shifted into offshore tax havens before eventually being funneled in full to the fat cats back here.
That doesn't sound fair. What's my role in all this as communications officer?
This is the Ministry of Peace. We forward promote civil harmony.
What will I do?
You will forward promote civil harmony.
Where?
Where it's needed.
Which is where?
Well, to give you one off-the-cuff example, civil harmony is slightly fraught in the northern provinces.
Since our invasion over there, it's been full-scale civil war.
In this role, you'll write speeches for the Peace Minister and press releases for the media.
Well, writing is my strength.
You'll also deal with the Ministry of Defence.
Are they in this office? I could go and introduce
They've
myself.
shifted to the northern provinces.
Overseas? Whose Ministry of Defence are they?
Nothing to defend here. We're not the ones under attack, are we?
We foster remote, collaborative and holistic governance.
We've installed a puppet regime. We're pulling the strings from this very building.
Our engagement partner is moving towards free and fair elections, so we're fostering the conditions for parliamentary democracy.
Oh, now that we're done overthrowing their leader,
We're still experiencing some operational challenges in the northern provinces.
insurgent groups have turned on one another. They're even killing women and children.
That's horrible. To counter, we're implementing coordinated gravitational descents to safeguard freedom and sovereignty.
We're dropping bombs.
There are logistical challenges.
Such as?
Collateral damage.
Meaning?
Now we're killing women and children.
It's the inevitable flow and effect of a mutually beneficial risk-assessed strategy.
The WikiLeaks cables were much less wordy. I'll send you a link.
This is shocking.
Sometimes force is necessary to counter evil in its purest, most unadulterated form.
But it sounds pretty violent on both sides.
Force, dear boy.
Sorry?
They use violence, we use force.
What's the difference?
The side you're on and how you write the speeches. The operative word being you.
Like I said, they are strategic gravitational descents.
Hang on, didn't you say they were coordinated gravitational descents?
Like I said, dropping bombs.
You'll also deal with the Ministry of Health,
They work with the sick,
the Ministry of Employment,
people who can't get a
the
job,
Ministry of Water.
drought-stricken farmers.
What do all those departments have to do with the Ministry of Peace?
We employ a coordinated approach to information refinement and delivery.
They've sacked hundreds and shifted their work onto, well, you now, I guess.
Collectively enables us to capacity build.
After 2 years of writing that in press releases, I still don't know what it means.
It allows us to streamline the information we disseminate. Quality over quantity.
Well, not for that.
So, any questions?
Sure. What are my prospects of career advancement?
That can be actioned in due course. You can upwards transition into a more technologically geared workspace, if you fully opt in.
Sounds promising.
You'll be up on the 6th floor pressing buttons and launch drone attacks a million miles away.
Seriously?
So there's no need at all to endure before you procure. Here at the Ministry of Peace Act, dig.
You wish you could try before you buy, believe me.
Zach, it's great to have you on board. The culture here must already gel with your functionality style.
Well, I'm all for freedom and democracy, but I'm really against war, and you seem to be up to your necks in it.
Anything free comes at a price. Peace is a constant fight.
Contradictions like that are why I'm leaving to study physics.
Well, it's just that...
Yes?
Well, I'm feeling really conflicted about being here now, and, well, this whole communication side of the communications officer role, well, it's confusing me.
That's the plan. If you're confused, so is the public.
But you've already signed off, and we've got some important speeches to write to the Peace Minister. Come on, let's get to it.
Well, I guess I've made a commitment.
You can give a week's notice if you've been here less than a year.
Well, one thing's for sure, at least I'll be in this nice office as an officer.
Oh, that's the other thing I needed to tell you, Zach. We've stimulated our resources.
Me?
Spiral ascent and descent are the new parameters of our productivity, at least for junior officers, the kind inclined to chatter more than is necessary.
So?
Your workstation is being reorientated effective immediately.
What does that mean?
You'll be waging this war from